Good morning, friends, and welcome to Old St. Andrew's podcast, Making It Real. I'm Tim Squire, and Corey Bowie, my co-host, is on the other side of the room. Behind me, you will see what I would call cat paradise. Right behind us is some of the plates that are on the wall that the cats can climb. And so today, I want to remind everybody that we are live at Our Companions Animal Sanctuary. And we are going to be visiting with Susan. Susan, she's over here. We're going to have a camera over there in a minute. Executive Director. She is the Executive Director of Our Companions. And what's beautiful about this sanctuary is we have a wonderful relationship with them as the people of Old St. Andrews, because we do a lot of donating primarily, and we have some members that assist. One of those members is with us this morning, Gretchen LeBeau. And so we're going to take some time to show you the whole property. Corey's going to be going with Susan around the space, and we're going to learn about the different buildings. We're going to learn about how the rescue even came into existence. We'll even ask Gretchen some questions because she's been a significant volunteer here in the life of the community. So let's get started. With that, I'm going to switch cameras. Corey, are you good? Are you still messing with that iPhone 8? See, Corey needs to update her iPhone. Shirley Murtha, if you're watching, you need to update yours too. So with that said, let me switch cameras. And there's Susan. Hi, Susan. Are you good, or you want to use this camera for starts and then use that one?
This camera first.
Okay. Well, then let's do this.
If I can get some shots of the cats.
Why don't you take this microphone to Susan? Go ahead. There you go. All right. Oh, wait. Here. There we go. You should be good. So, Corey, I'll invite you. Let me bring you on the screen too, so that you're both on here.
The stars of the show.
Right. I'm trying to get the stars here. So Susan, thank you so much for allowing us to come to your beautiful pet sanctuary here. We'd love to hear about how Our Companions started and how you got to this facility, which we're going to be showing in more detail once we get going.
Great, yeah. I mean, it's a pleasure to have you here as visitors and guests. We welcome you. Basically, this sanctuary is just for special needs animals. We started the organization 20 years ago. And the impetus for starting the organization was that we were given the opportunity to receive 43 acres of land, this beautiful property, for the purpose of building a sanctuary. And what it was before this was very different. It actually was a big factory farm. It was a place where laying hens were used to basically produce tons of eggs. The buildings were big and horrible, and it was, really kind of an ironic situation that it was a place where so many animals suffered, and now it's a sanctuary. So we had our work cut out for us. We had to demolish the buildings, clean up the land. So it took a few years for us to kind of get the organization up and running. And we've been building the sanctuary in phases. So right now we're in Jane's Place. This is one of our cat cottages. We have 2 cottages for cats now, 4 cottages for dogs, and soon, starting this spring, we'll be expanding the sanctuary and adding 3 more cottages. So our goal here is to take animals that have special needs, behavioral, medical, often both, and give them a home-like environment where they could heal. And the ultimate goal is to then rehabilitate them and find them a home.
It's amazing work, Susan, and I'm sure didn't happen overnight. You had shown us the board here of what the facility looked like before when you talked about.
Yeah, this is a picture of the factory farm. So you can see these buildings here. This, to give you a scale, that's a 7-acre pond. And basically in each of these buildings, there was about 100,000 laying hens in what are called battery cages, which are really confining cages, about 6 animals per cage. It really, very cruel form of farming, which is why now when you go to the store, you know, you see the option of cage-free eggs. It's because this was the type of farming that produced those type of, concentrated farming eggs. And so, you know, it's getting rid of these buildings was like climbing Mount Everest, because before we could even build a sanctuary, we had to demolish the biggest buildings in Ashford.
Right. So you started not with a blank slate, so this land was donated.
It was mostly because nobody else wanted it, to be honest. But we saw an opportunity. You know, we saw 43 acres of land, and a place that's in beautiful rural Connecticut to be able to build something very, very much needed for animals that have no other place to turn. The ultimate goal of the sanctuary is to take animals from shelters or from other places that have the type of conditions that require long-term care. It could be, cruelty case where they have, medical and behavioral issues. It could just be, an older dog ends up in the dog pound and has diabetes. You know, these are the type of animals that generally don't do well in the shelter system. So this sanctuary is really kind of a safety net for those animals, and come here. Hopefully we'll fix them up, find them new homes, but if not, they can live their lives here and they'll have a good quality of life.
And you call it a sanctuary. It is beautiful here. The property is lovely. Tell us about the staff that you have and your volunteers, because I'm sure it takes a lot of people to keep everything running smoothly here.
We could not do this without volunteers. We have about 400 volunteers at our sanctuary here. And they are essential. I mean, the level of care that we provide, these animals aren't living in a traditional kennel. These animals have treatment plans every day. They go out off campus. They're going to dog classes. They're going to vet visits. There's so much socialization that goes into it. There's no way we could possibly afford to pay all those people. So we have volunteers that come in shifts. They start around 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're here all the way until like 9 o'clock at night. And it's just a way for us to provide that intense level of interaction and care that these animals need, because the more of that they get, the sooner they'll be on their way to finding a new home.
Now, it sounds like, do your volunteers need any training ahead of time?
Yeah, we have for all of our volunteers. What we do ask for is for volunteers, because there is such a training program, to commit to being here for a year, just to kind of make that commitment to stay in the program. And essentially, we start them out based on their experience level. If they're, really experienced with dogs, we'll start them with some dogs that are have some moderate needs. And then we have different opportunities for them to kind of progress while they're here and do various other things. It could just be taking them on our hiking trails and taking them for a walk. We love when people take our dogs off on field trips, because that's so good for them, to get off site, to see the world, go hiking somewhere, walk on the Yukon campus. These are the type of experiences that a lot of our animals need. And for cats, we need people to come here. If they're very fearful, maybe just sit and read a book. If they have a lot of energy, maybe take them out to our play yard and have them run around. So, we basically fit the behavioral and medical treatment plan to their needs. And volunteers are the ones that help us get all that work done every day.
Well, speaking of volunteers, the way Old St. Andrews was introduced to our companions was through one of our parishioners, Gretchen LeBeau. I think I can give her my mic. Gretchen. Glad you joined us today. If you hold, this is a microphone. And maybe you could just tell us a little bit about how you came to know our companions and what you do for them as a volunteer.
Well, I've always loved animals, and when I heard about our companions, I thought, this is right for me, and I can be helpful in a cause that is important to me. Susan started our companions in the basement of her home in Bloomfield, and it was only a stone's throw from my house, so I volunteered once a week in doing behind-the-scenes work, clerical work, let's say, and I'm still doing it actually from my apartment at Doncaster, and Susan drops off some things for me to do every week, and I still feel that I'm contributing to a wonderful cause.
It's excellent work, Gretchen, and it obviously takes a lot of people behind the scenes. So I'm sure they're thankful for all the work you do and that your commitment to this great organization.
Well, I don't, I never came to the sanctuary to volunteer. They have a program center in Manchester where the offices are. And that's where I would go once a week and do clerical work there. But that's a vital part of keeping this big organization thriving.
Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you so much. We're going to take,
Thank you.
Susan, maybe you can introduce us to some
Sure.
of the animals that we
Yeah.
see here in Jane. This is Jane's room.
This is Jane's place, the whole building. That's
Okay.
Miles. If you get much closer, he might take off. If you kind of pan in, you can kind of see he has a problem with his eyes. He was a kitty. He's gonna get attention. That came to us as a young cat. Are you picking me up okay? You're ready to mic again.
No, actually, let me mic you again and just make sure you hold it close.
So he came here as a young cat, and he actually had something called intro.
Or maybe of the other type of facilities that you have.
Sure, absolutely.
So if the two of you will share that mic, Corey, you might want to turn it down a little bit on your phone. Just a little bit. Because I can't control your volume. That's better. Now go ahead and check.
Okay, how's this? Is that better?
That's good.
Okay.
So I'll stay here at headquarters.
Okay.
And
You keep track of Lucky and.
We will.
All right.
So, do you want to take a quick look
Yeah.
down the hall? So,
While you're doing that, you may have to pause, let the Wi-Fi catch up.
Okay.
So
all right, so this is our big corner. And we'll actually walk down this way. So we're in the main living room, but then you'll notice that this building here, Jane's Place, has many different cat guest rooms. Our little suites here, and each of the suites has, vertical space for them to go up, a couch, scratching post, and then they also have what we call our catios. It's an outdoor area that's accessible through a cat door, and they have a nice enclosure where they can get some fresh air, check out what's going on in the sanctuary, and just enjoy the indoor-outdoor life. We'll come in and we'll say hi to Ralph. Ralph's a good friend.
Ralph was calling for us earlier, so
Yes.
hopefully
Here's Ralph. He's right there in his window. Hey, Ralph, you finally chilled out. Here we are. Here's Ralph. Hi. So, yeah, he's going to be hard to put. We'll try to get him out of this catio. Come on, Ralph. Come on. Okay, so this is Ralph, and this is Ralph's catio. He's a big, fuzzy, beautiful boy. Big, fuzzy, beautiful boy. And he's giving us a tour now. This is outdoor space. And if you can kind of pan up, you can see, the rest of the campus here. And attached to all of the rooms are catios. So they all have a place to go outside, get some fresh air. And what a beautiful day it is.
Oh my God, it
isn't
is beautiful. But
Wow.
what just a beautiful place. So
check out who's over here. This is
Oh.
Shazam. Hi, Shazam.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Shazam is next door. Shazam is here for behavioral reasons. His name is like him. He is Shazam with an exclamation point. He has a lot of energy. We've been doing a lot of rehabilitation with him. He was a little bitey and nippy. He came from a shelter, and now he's here for some special rehabilitation. And Shazam! And he actually loves his little play yard where he can run free. So he's doing really well here. He just couldn't handle being confined in a cage, so that's why we took him here to the sanctuary. Very soon. What do you think, Ralph? So
He looks like he wants to go out.
he wants to do anything where anyone else is. He's just the most social kitty, and isn't he gorgeous?
Beautiful cat.
He
I
is
mean,
really
all these
sexy.
animals are just so special and sweet.
Now he came here because he's had some serious bladder and urinary problems that we had to have treated with surgery, and he's doing much better now. But he is just a special, special boy. So this is what all of the rooms look like here. Basically, they have their own space. We have volunteers that come here multiple times a day, hang out with them, play with them, bring them to the play yard, do whatever they need. And of course, we have a staff that makes sure everything keeps running every day, and that these cats are clean, well fed, and all of their preferences are, met. Hi, Ralph. Okay, no, we're not going out. I'm going to hand you back the microphone so we can get out of here with that, Ralph. I know, buddy. I know. We'll put you over here. Wait, I know. I'm so sorry. No, hang on one second.
Oh.
Yeah, he's an escaper.
I guess so.
All right, Ralph. Okay, I'll let you go first. And then I'll find myself. There we go. Okay, Ralph. Sorry, honey. I know, buddy. So basically all of the rooms that you see here at the sanctuary kind of are the same. They have their own little private suite. Sometimes we have two friends if they come in together as friends. Sometimes there's just one. This is Ren's room. Ren's a great, beautiful, here he is. There's Ren. He's there on the ground. He's a beautiful orange cat. He was just outside playing. Really fun guy. He also likes to go out with his catio. This is Paisley. She's very shy, so we like to put blankets up on the room so they feel comfortable. You don't have to worry about people in the hallway.
How many cats do you have here, Susan?
Oh, I don't even know.
Okay.
This is Skip and Cornbread. Probably about, in this building, I would say 15. Cornbread is here, and Skip is sleeping with him in his little bed here. Is that Skip? He's obviously feeling very comfortable after. Oh, sorry, honey, I didn't mean to scare you. And Corny's over here. Cornbread's a beautiful boy.
Oh, how sweet.
They're such nice cats. They came to us. Cornbread was morbidly obese and could barely walk, and Skip had untreated diabetes and was unrecognizable. He almost didn't make it, but he has. Look how beautiful.
Oh, they look so
Yeah,
healthy
they're
and
very
happy.
and they're ready to go home. They can go home together. They can go home separate. They like each other, but they wouldn't be, horrified to never see each other again. So they coexist in this beautiful room, and they also have their own catio out here. So this is where the animals stay. And, it's not meant to be a home. It's just meant to be the best thing until they can find a home.
How do you find the homes for these animals?
Well, we promote them for adoption on our website, social media. We have a lot of media partners that do print ads, radio promotion, things like that. And then, people fill out an application, and then they can come here. And we try to basically matchmake, provide animals to people who fit what they're looking for in terms of their energy level, their household, all that kind of stuff. And that's Robbie still here.
Yes.
He's saying, come back. Come back.
All right. So should we go take a walk and show the rest of the campus and maybe some dog facilities?
Absolutely.
Hopefully the Wi-Fi will still hold for you.
That work out okay?
Sometimes if you move the camera too quickly, so slow movement is good. But so far so good. It's amazing.
Right. It's a little chilly out, so I'm gonna get ready for this.
All right, we'll follow you, Susan.
Okay.
Maybe you could show us the whole campus and then.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any animals other than cats and dogs?
No, but one of the new buildings we're building in the next phase in the spring is going to be a small animal cottage. So we'll have guinea pigs, ferrets, hamsters, rabbits, just you name it. So we're looking forward to that. So that'll be starting construction this spring. Okay. Okay, we'll take a quick walk around this way. We'll give you a little lay of the land. We have some awesome volunteers who are here. We have 47 acres. That's a lot of land to maintain. So we have great volunteers that help us do all sorts of landscaping. And yes, my little commercial, we're always looking for more. So if you might want to come out to this beautiful facility and help with some gardening, we would be very, very appreciative of that. So this cottage that we see in front of me, that's the Sebastian house. That is another cat cottage. It's 2 levels, upstairs, downstairs. And like Jane's Place, we specialize in animals that have special needs. So we have cats that are going through all sorts of medical treatments, behavioral treatments. But Sebastian house is a little bit more, we need a little more acute care in that cottage there. And it's a much more quiet cottage for them. So you can kind of see it over to the right, but we have 4 cottages for dogs. And these cottages basically resemble little homes. When you walk into a living room, and there's a kitchen, there's bathroom, and then the back part of the cottage is where we have the dogs' guest rooms. And basically it's just a room for them where they have a crate, a bed, a chair, windows, and they spend very little time in their bedroom. It's really just for them to have a safe place to be. Mostly they're doing a lot of activities during the day to help them become more adoptable. So it could be going to a dog class, it could be going on a field trip, it could be hiking around these beautiful trails we have here. Like I said, we have 47 acres, so there's a lot of space to explore here. It could just be sitting in the pavilion here and just being calm. It really depends on what the animals need and what type of behavioral treatment that they're working on. We take a lot of senior dogs that can't do a lot of physical stuff. So, it's really just enjoying these beautiful grounds and just kind of spending time together. We do a lot of behavioral enrichment work as well. So a lot of training. We do and try to do things to keep their mind active as well. So you can see it's a beautiful day here in Ashford. And this is basically, I would say, autumn at its peak here.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous. I mean, this whole facility is just so lovely.
And it's so quiet, isn't it?
It is.
Not a car, not a plane. Yeah, it's really very peaceful out here. And what a blue sky. We picked a good day for this. So we could take a walk down and check out one of the dog cottages if you like.
That would be great.
We also have I think we have 5 or 6 dog yards on our campus here. And these are just areas for them to go off leash and run crazy. There's one straight ahead. There's another one that's right near the pond. We have a beautiful 7-acre pond here. And then, of course, we have our special play yard called Serenity Play Yard that's outfitted so cats can safely go in there and not escape. So we have cat time on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to noon, where the cats take over Serenity Play Yard and enjoy just running wild, which a lot of cats need to do to be happy.
I'd have to say, to be a pet, this is a pretty good place to be, but I'm sure they'd rather have homes that they can have a loving family in.
And they're here because they've been through some kind of trauma too. So we really feel a responsibility that once they get here, they never experience the type of life they had before. A lot of them come have long died. Our goal is to provide the most peace we can so we can break through and really find a way to reach them and help them get ready for a new life. But, you know, if it takes months, then they're happy. They're living in an environment that is enriching and they're getting everything that they need.
What's the typical length of stay that, you know, a dog might have?
For a dog, about 6 months. We've had some dogs that have been here for years before they got adopted, but generally it's shorter than that. I'm just going to hand this to you if I could, so we can get into the cottage. All right, so we're going to visit with Kiwi here. Kiwi is super cute. Let me see if anyone's in here now. I don't think so. Okay, if I look at the code. Oh, I never sent that text. That's why no one's saying anything. 597. Sorry about that if I'm banging the noise everywhere. So this is Chelsea House. This is just one of our dog cottages, and they're all pretty much set up the same way. This is our living room, and we try to make it as comforting and peaceful for them as possible. If you look on this board here, these are all the guests that are currently here at the sanctuary. The ones that have the hearts on them are the ones that are ready to go to new homes. Everyone else is still in their treatment phase. And as you can see, they're all beautiful, beautiful dogs that have had a hard life that have come here for some special care. So today we're going to meet Kiwi. Kiwi is a senior dog, ended up as a stray in some animal control facility and had terrible, terrible medical neglect. So we've been working with her to get her healthy, and she's looking great now, really great. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Kiwi so you can meet her.
Okay, yeah. So there.
If you want to take a walk with me, I can show you what the bedrooms look like.
Great. Look, they have a couch. My dog's not even allowed to be on the couch.
So basically, this is what their living quarters look like. There are 4 rooms here. I'm sure that Daisy won't mind, but we'll take a little peek in Daisy's room. So everybody basically has their crate, nice cozy crate, a window, a chair, and this is really just a safe place for them to be, hunkered down at night. And as you can see, Daisy is out doing activities. They spend very little time in their bedroom. It's usually just overnight or some rests during the day. But essentially, in the morning, volunteers are here. They take them out for an activity. Then they have lunch, and then they have another activity in the afternoon. And then the evening time, we have volunteers that come here. There's 1 volunteer per cottage. We call that our tuck-in shift. And basically, they just hang out in the living room, take them out 1 at a time or 2 at a time if they're friends, watch some TV, have some dinner, and just have a nice, peaceful evening. And then around 9 o'clock, the volunteers tuck them back into their room, lock up, and then 7 a.m. our staff is here, and it starts again every day, same thing. So keeping these, keeping these animals active and actively engaged is really a big part of what happens here at the sanctuary. So let's visit Kiwi. Hi, Angel. How are you? Would you like to come out and say hi? Believe it or not, you're going to be live streaming on a podcast. How exciting is that? Yeah, that is really exciting. Come on, sweetheart. Come on out. Come on. Hello, Kiwi. Come on. Come on. That's my girl. That's my girl. Hello, Angel. Hello, my love. So good to see you. You're doing so well. Yes, you are.
Now, what kind of dog is Kiwi?
Kiwi is a Shiba Inu, which is a really cool breed, actually. A really cool dog. When she first came here, she had some really serious medical problems, skin issues, all sorts of issues. But she's doing really well. You want to come out and say hi? Come on, let's go say hi. Let's come out and hang out. Come on, Kiwi. This way, sweetie. So she will probably just jump on the couch and hang out on the couch. And she is such a nice girl. She's a senior. She's very sensitive, very loving. She made friends here with a dog that came here recently named Daisy. And Daisy is a little, oh, Daisy's up here. Where's Daisy? Oh, in the corner. Daisy is a 9-year-old collie mix. They're both seniors. They're both laid back. They're both just really awesome dogs. Like I said, she came here for medical issues. She was very, very neglected. I don't know if she lived outside or what the deal was, but she's doing much better. Her skin is better. Her ears are better. And I think she's pretty much ready to go.
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
she's been
Kiwi.
through a lot. Isn't she lovely?
She is. How old is she?
She's a senior, between 8
Okay.
and 10 years old.
Okay.
But what a sweet little gal. What a sweet gal.
Adorable.
Yeah. So, these are the kind of animals that just need a little extra care. And we're able to provide that here because it's not a kennel, it's not a shelter. And the goal is to get them out of here as soon as they can into new wonderful homes so they can have a fresh start. And we can then use that space to take the next animal in that needs help.
Yeah, you do an amazing job. Tell me, what's your vision? Are there, other than the small animal facilities, or any other, long-term goals for the?
Yeah. Our next phase of construction is going to start this spring, and we're going to be doing 3 cottages actually. We'll be building the small animal cottage. We're going to be building a cottage for cats that are under socialized. So cats that are really shy, not feral cats, but cats that have never really had a lot of exposure to people. Those cats, when they end up in shelters, it's really hard to place them because they just hide in the back of the cage. And we've been able to do some really good behavior modification work with cats that are very shy. So that will be our next cat cottage. And then we're building another dog cottage. And it's going to be like this, where it's going to have the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom. But it's going to be doubly big. On the other side, it's going to have a wing that's going to be just for physical therapy. So a lot of our dogs that come here are seniors, or they've had some kind of medical procedure, often orthopedic procedures. So we're sending them off to do physical rehabilitation in other places. And we want to have a rehab facility here because pretty much all of our dogs at some point need it. So we'll be able to do aquatherapy, laser therapy, PMF, and have volunteers come in to do chiropractic work, acupuncture, that type of care that a lot of these seniors need, and a lot of the animals that are recovering from surgery or trauma. So that'll be the dog cottage. And it's really exciting to be able to expand the sanctuary and add 3 more cottages to this campus. It'll be a lot of excitement going on this coming spring for sure.
Now, with all that ideas of expansion and all that you do here, what is our faith community OSA? What is it that you need the most, or what can we do, to help your mission here with the animals?
Yeah, well, we definitely need volunteers for sure. Like I said, we asked for volunteers here at the sanctuary to commit to being a volunteer for a year because it takes a few months for us to get you trained. And we really want to make that solid commitment to the animals. We also, of course, can use donations. 100% of our funding comes from individuals, really. We don't get revenue sources from anywhere else. So our ability to take animals like Kiwi, to have them, she wants to go back to her
Where are you going, Kiwi?
Okay. Do you want to go back? Yeah.
Come
Our
here.
ability to take these animals in. I'm just gonna
Yeah, she
hand you
likes.
the mic and let her go
Okay.
back. I don't want to.
What's in her?
You want to go back? Come on. Let's bring you back. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. You woke you up from a nap, huh? Come on, Kiwi. Come on. No, we don't know what she wants. So our ability to help these animals directly based on our financial, capabilities. And as we're expanding, their costs are going to go up 3 times as much. So, I hope that people might check out our website, ourcompanions.org, get to know what we do. And hopefully if this is a mission that touches you and you want to be a part of this community, we would love to have you because, like I said, we have, 400 volunteers and we always need more. And thousands of donors, and we always need more. So I appreciate you asking that question because we're a charitable organization just like your church as well. So we're here based on the community.
Well, just to see what you're doing here in person, it really is an amazing job. With these animals that need so much. Kiwi. So if you haven't been able to come down here, it really is. It's an amazing facility and place that is providing such love and rehabilitation for these animals.
And the other thing that's really cool about the sanctuary is that people who love animals are a unique brand of human, and to be able to spend your time not only with the animals but with other like-minded people,
Right.
it really, you do feel like you're part of something bigger, and it's kind of encouraging to know that a lot of people share your passion and your compassion for animals. So we have so many wonderful people here at our sanctuary, and they give it the beautiful feeling that it has today.
Tim, do you have any questions for Susan?
I don't. Can you hear me? Corey, can you hear me? Let me try that again. Corey, can you hear me? Hello?
We're not hearing you, Tim.
All right. Well, I will say that
Kiwi's going back. Oh, it looks like she wants to go out.
it looks like she does want to go out.
Hang on 1 second.
So exciting stuff going on here. For those of you who are watching or who will watch later, I've been here. For those of you who weren't here right at the beginning, Gretchen LeBeau is in the room with me, and we are just amazed at how.
Well, thank you, Susan, for sharing all of this information about your wonderful charity with animals, and we all hope that you're able to grow and build this facility and be able to have these animals find loving homes.
It's been fun. Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, here's Tim. Tim, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear
All right,
me?
we just can't hear you.
I don't know why you can't hear me. I'll wave.
He's saying goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Good to see everybody. I'm going to take Corey off the screen. And so you all got a little bit of a tour of our companion animal sanctuary. What a blessing this is that we have the opportunity to be a part of such an amazing, what I would call, ministry. And so a big shout out to Susan and her crew, all the amazing things that they are providing for animals. If you are interested in possibly learning about adoption, I would encourage you to check out the Our Companions Animal Sanctuary website and get to know a little bit about the animals and what the adoption process is all about, because there are animals that would love to find a forever home, and so we hope that you might consider that. And alongside of that, I want to continue to invite people to recognize that the blankets, the food, the money that we donate is all a part of making this work. Gretchen and I were talking, and I think Gretchen, we said about $1 million budget. More than $1 million budget, all funded by people who donate and support the organization. That is amazing. And so your donations count, folks. The things that you give, the money that you help donate and support, the blankets, the food, all of those things help make it a better life for some of these animals who, before our companions, were experiencing some pretty negative and difficult situations. But with our companions, you are making it a gift for them. So all of that said, I want to say thank you for joining us. If you were able to be live, we are blessed that you were here and a part of it. If you're going to hear it later as a recording, we thank you for supporting it. And in all things, we are blessed that we can do this opportunity of making it real and doing our support of different organizations that we do ministry with. We can do that together. So thank you. Again, I just want to say it's great to have you here, and we hope that you have a blessed rest of your day, and we will see you next Tuesday, 11 o'clock, Making It Real, the OSA podcast. Take care, my friend. See you next time.